Hey everybody, KC Transformer here again, and today I have the Transformers Constructibots 2-pack of Megatron and Optimus Prime. Now of course I've previously reviewed Thundercracker, so you can see they're about the same size as Thundercracker, just land vehicles instead of... Actually they're quite a bit bulkier because of how the limbs are, but... these two cost about, I believe, $30 together, but I found them on sale for $15, which is a really good price for these two. So let's get a good look at them. Here we have Optimus Prime in his truck mode. Looks all good. I'm going to warn you now, a piece in here is already broken. This little clip right here that connects the top of the truck to the both truck mode and robot mode. Yeah, the clip on it's broken. It's fine here, but you'll see what I mean in robot mode. It jiggles around a lot and it possibly will fall off. See, we have the bottom of the feet here transformed to look like headlights. We just have the chest just kind of right there. We have the smokestacks. We got the arms folded up. It actually blends in pretty well with the wheels. And we once again have a truck hitch, which was probably never be used. The one good thing is you can actually store your weapons on there since it has pegs on it. And let's look at Megatron's tank mode. And no, unlike Thundercracker and Optimus, the legs are not the front. This is. And yes, I looked at the instructions. This is the front of the tank mode, which I like because actually, first off, this actually kind of covers the chest. The top of the tank does, unless you turn it. And it just looks kind of good, especially since you can actually kind of pretend it's turning, kind of like that. So that's one cool thing. I don't know why, it just works for me for the front of the tank. Lots of little details all over it, especially here. These are the bottom of the feet, so this is detailed just for the tank mode. And I love those rims. I mean, I think they're the same rims as Optimus. They might be in reverse. I'm not sure. No, it looks like they're just different colors. But yeah, you just look at these colors, you can tell this is Optimus and Megatron. There's no mistaking them. Although it would have been interesting how they would have done a gun with Constructibots. That would have been really interesting, but... oh well. One thing that kind of sucks is... I've already transformed these guys a lot of times, and unfortunately... if we were to, say, flip all these over... I'm just going to use Megatron for an example. You can see he's got the exact same skeleton as Starscream. Now, I was expecting the same robot skeleton, but to have the exact same transformation... really does kind of suck. I mean, you can see both of them have their heads folded up in there. Their legs are here, their arms are folded up, connected to their thighs, you know. The only thing that changes is how the actual kibble transforms, basically. Which does kind of suck, because that kind of means if you have one of these, you have them all. May not be so true for Starscream, but these two, since they're both land vehicles, really do feel exactly the same. The only difference is that Optimus has stuff that folds out like this. And what direction they're facing. I mean, the biggest difference between them all is how their feet fold up. Like Starscream's folds up like collapse in like this. Optimus is connects like this to make the headlights. Megatron's kind of just fold up on the back. So yeah, it does kind of suck. It kind of reminds me of what was it called? The Lego ones from Armada series. Built to Roll, that's what it was. Where they kind of just had the same basic skeleton for all theirs. It's not as bad as that, but it does remind me of Built to Roll, which kind of stinks. Now you might be wondering why these are a bit more expensive individually for $30 than, say, Thundercracker here. Well, they are a bit bulkier. They do have a bit more like on the shoulders and all that, and a lot more detail in all honesty. And they also have a ton of accessories. Yeah, this is Optimus' accessories, and here's Megatron's. You could literally build vehicles just out of their accessories. Oh, there goes one. Now I'll go over these more in the robot mode because they work better for the robot since they're mostly weapons. But yeah, they have a bunch of accessories, and with all the ports and tabs and stuff on them, you can actually fit all their weapons in a variety of ways on both vehicles. Especially with Megatron's tank, it looks really awesome if you really deck them out. Now, speaking of the robots modes, let's get them in the robot mode. Now, this is basically the same transformation as Thundercracker. I'm gonna come to the arms and just unpeg them from the hips. Straighten them out. Move the shoulder pieces to where they're pointing straight up. Fold these down like this. Just move them off to the side. Fold down the hands. And fold them out like this. There, you're done with the arms. I might sound kind of bored right now, but it really is an uninteresting transformation. Especially after having 3 of these guys. Unpeg it from the back. Really tight though. I will give them this. Their joints are a lot tighter than their crackers were. I keep on calling them Starscream. Anyway, turn it around. Clip in. Fold down feet. Take vehicle kibble, put it on back, fold it up, open chest, pop out head, fold around, pop back on. And there's Megatron. We'll see him in a moment. Oh, if you can stand. Same with Optimus. Undo the trailer hitch in the back. Unplug the arms from the hips. Straighten them out. Adjust shoulder thingies. Move kibble aside and fold it up. Oh yeah, here's the problem. I'm going to untap these from his legs, and yeah, as you can see, that clip is broken. Now that's not Hasbro's fault really, because I dropped it, but considering these are really meant for little kids, and it broke that easily, I kind of want to take back my recommendation about these being for little kids, considering if the tab broke that easily. Granted, unlike Bionicle, where all kinds of pieces crack on it, I've only had 1 piece, and that's only because I dropped it from really high up, but still, it worries me a bit. Open chest, fold out head, take kibble. Hopefully it'll stay. Probably won't. And we're left with 2 Popeye Transformers. Alright, now we got them in their robot mode. Here they are next to the Combiner Wars Optimus Prime, not Worms. Yeah, not nearly as bulky or as tall. Megatron fares a bit better. Optimus Prime just comes off as really skinny in his Constructbots form. Okay, this stupid camera keeps falling. There, that should be better. Alright. There he is next to the Combiner Worms Prime. And here he is. They are next to Thundercracker. The stupid sunlight's getting right in the way. And they have the exact same articulation, of course. And you can see that thing I'm talking about with the backpack. It's kind of just jiggling back there because of how it's broken. From the back, yep, just kibble. And those arms. On Thundercracker, I could understand there's really not too much you could do with wings, but I mean, really, this is the best they could do. Just have the. Not Thundercracker. Megatron handles it alright. It doesn't look too bad. It actually almost looks like if you were flipping around, you could actually give him cannons. Optimus, it just looks really bad. He just has these huge chunks of kibble. It actually looks almost better if you just lower it down on his arms like this. But then you have huge chunks of kibbles all over his hands. Oh, and his feet are loose apparently. Oh, yeah, really loose. This is not good. There, now he's standing. Had to bend his ankles back a bit. Try all his kibble. His kibble just kind of weighs him down wherever you push it. And like Thundercrackers, I'll have ways to fix it, but we'll get that to that in a moment. First off, let's talk about all these accessories they have. There's 2 other accessories I didn't mention. These things. Here, let me move Optimus out of the way. If you can't see what this is, you can see it's kind of just a big plastic container. This is what these 2 came in. They were basically just kind of like this, packaged in here, and just kind of held together by a cardboard box. Oh, I dropped its accessories. Ow, that hurt my neck. But I really love these containers because if I was a little kid, I would love to have these and just like store my Transformers in here and put their accessories in here because I love to keep my I was a kid, I loved to keep my Transformers really organized so I could find them easily. And as you see, we got a purple one for Megatron with a big, nice Decepticon symbol kind of sculpted into it. And for Optimus, a red one with an Autobot symbol, of course. Now, what I really like is these are really nice plastic. I mean, these are not like cheapo packaging plastic. This is sturdy stuff. And this stuff's not going to break easily or rip easily. I'm really glad they gave these because I would love to keep these two in there. Oh, Optimus lost his kibble. Yeah, this is going to really suck for the whole review. I wish I hadn't broken him, or at least not till after review. Anyway, for Optimus, I mean, if you remember correctly, Thundercracker just had these two guns. Optimus gets a whole pile of junk. So does Megatron. We're going to start with Optimus's. First off, we have these two buckets. They're basically just little jets. There's a number of places you can put them on him. Just set those to the side. He also gets these, which I'm going to kind of call gauntlets. Because if you were to look at back at Thundercracker, they're the same mold as his arm coverings, just in like goldish plastic, very dull gold. I'm gonna kind of call them gauntlets because you could put him over his arm stuff. He also has what's kind of G1, his an orange Energon axe, which Optimus did have a similar one in the G1 cartoon, which is kind of cool. He also comes with two other Energon-esque weapons. These two swords. This one's kind of like a rapier or a big dagger. And this one, double holy. I really don't care for this weapon. I think it looks kind of stupid, but he has this thing. He has this fork sword. He also has these green weapons, which I really am kind of tired of them trying to introduce green into Optimus Prime's color scheme. But first off, he has these things. Okay, I'm not sure what these are. Are they hedge clippers? Are they parts to a lawnmower? I really don't know what these are. I kind of just call them wings. I really don't know what they are. He also has these laser guns that kind of look like... they're shooting a carrot. I might be going insane, but it looks like they have green carrots on the front. But yeah, kind of like little blasters. I could actually imagine these being yellow or black and being used for Bumblebee. And then this big thing. It's I guess this would be like a rocket pod with a little rocket with another rocket under it. It's kind of like a pod in there, and it has just like a missile launcher at the bottom of it. Kind of cool. Now for my favorite, the last year of my favorite accessories, he has these two huge swords. I kind of wish one had like a peg hole here instead of a peg. You just peg them together and make a giant sword. Kind of like what the Age of Extinction Voyager Drift does. But these are still really cool. A lot of nice sculpting on them. They really do look like a bionicle weapon. And most of these also have like little hinge spots, like the armor here and here, so you can actually clip stuff to them. And last, his actual missile launcher gun. As you see, it has a pressure missile in the bottom of it, which is the same pressure missile launcher that's in Megatron's tank, the head of Megatron's tank. It shoots pretty good. Oh, what? No, we don't want to lose that missile. That'd be very bad. Very bad. But yeah, if I were to actually pull both out, you see it's just a basic little missile launcher, and it just has this pegged on top. Which Megatron's does too. I mean, that's all it is. It's just a basic missile launcher with it, something pegged on top and make it look fancy. But it looks good. So yeah, he has just a pile of accessories. Now we can't stick them all on him like this, but what I like to do with Optimus is I like to move his kibble around, and it makes it easier to get all these accessories on. What you want to do is get the back out of the way, unpeg his arm kibble, and don't worry, we're not just throwing it aside, we're actually going to put it on him. The peg on the trailer hitch, you can actually peg it to his back and fold it out like this. Same with this side. And if you want it all folded up, you could actually have the wheels just tucked into the back like that. And if this wasn't broken, like how it used to be, you could actually just have it with his back like this, which does make a huge backpack. But I'd rather just have a huge backpack than all that kibble on his arms. But you can also fold out the wheels and have, again, if this wasn't broken, have this sit more flush. There. Just kind of sitting there. Gives him kind of a spread wing look, but it also looks a lot better than it did before, in my opinion. You may have to... There. You might have to move his ankles where his heels are extended a bit to help balance it all, but it looks pretty good now. And now we can actually fit all of his weapons on there. What I like to do is, now that we move the kibble around, these little struts that are just coming off from the wheels, I like to peg the green guns onto. Kind of give them some over-the-shoulder cannons. Or I guess it would just be guns. Speaking of over-the-shoulder cannons, I like to take this, the big missile-launching pod thing, peg into his the hood of the truck for a really big over-the-shoulder missile. Then you can say take these things, plug them into his smokestacks, kind of give it a winged look. I do wish all these accessories were either red, blue, or gray instead of green, but I can accept it. Then I like to take the little gold gauntlet things, and here's why I call them gauntlets, because you can, with the kibble out of the way, you can actually peg them into the back of his arms and make them look more armored. And then he just has a bunch of melee weapons, which is weird because Megatron has a bunch of guns. So I like to give him his axe to hold. And his gun. Peg the buckets into his shoulders on top of the green parts to kind of give a flight look. Alright. Then these two, there's a bunch of different things I can do with them. I think what I did with the other day was, I actually pegged them into these green guns right here. Just kind of had them hanging off. I do like to display him with these big swords every now and then, but for the most part, I like to just give him his axe and his main rifle. And the last thing we can do is take these the two orange swords that are left, and just peg them into his hips. And just kind of have them hanging back. Oop. Now it's a bunch of work, but there is a bunch of combinations you can do. This is just my preferred combination with all this stuff. I really do like to keep it with his most G1 accurate weapons. But on occasion I do like giving him the black swords instead, and just those. I also kind of like the short orange sword. No, short orange sword, if I can talk today. So yeah, that actually makes for a lot of fun. I can see a lot of kids enjoying this. Oh, if I could get his ankles to stay. This is really not good. His ankles are loose. Oh well. Let's get a good look at that head. That is really Optimus Prime-esque head. That looks like Optimus Prime that looks ready to go to war. Alright, stay. And now for Megatron's accessories, let's get him over here. First off, let's go ahead and rearrange his kibble too. For him, I like to unpeg his turret and unpeg the arm kibble. So then you take the turret and just plug it into his hand, giving him like the classic Megatron arm cannon. And then the kibble, I kind of just have it coming over his shoulders like this. Just no transformation, no nothing, just kind of plugged in there. Probably have to pop it back a bit to fit him on, but I think it looks a lot better than he did before. As you can see, I also panel lined him with a Gundam marker. It really helped for his face, because his face looked really bad before. So, for Megatron, we have all these weapons. Just unpeg them. First off, we have these two little golden missiles. For these, let's see, where should they go? For these, we'll just plug them into his turret like this. There's a reason that I didn't put them on both sides. You'll see in a moment. And then you also have these two gray guns. Kind of like just peg him into his wheel kibble on top. There we go. Then we have this purple weapon. I like to just put that in his hand. It kind of covers over his hand, makes like one giant gun arm, which is really cool. Then we have what is basically Thundercracker's weapon, just in clear purple plastic. It's the same exact gun. You can put it in his hand, but I don't really like to use this one with him. I thought about giving it Thundercracker, but for now we're just going to peg it to his back. Well, I guess we could actually, if we want to, move the kibble up a bit and peg it in here. But it really does not work out well. So we're just going to set that one to the side for now. We'll find it a place in a moment. Oh, if you can see in. Then we have these rocket boosters, 2 of them. What I do for those is I actually collapse his legs, his ankles in, and just peg him to the back of his legs. There. And now Megatron has rocket boosted legs. He could take off and fly now. Speaking of flying, let me just... He comes with these black struts and these red wings. I just keep the black struts on the wings because that's basically what I think they're for. And you can actually peg them if I fold the kibble up out of the way. You can see there's these little hinge spots here. You can actually have them clip around and give them big butterfly wings. And then you can fold the kibble back down. Which just does make him look pretty fierce with those huge wings. Then you actually have these smaller wings. These 2 little things. And there's a bunch of places you can put them. I'm not actually sure where I want to put them on him. I guess we'll just put them at his hips. There you go. You always use smaller wings to help with his flying power. You could also peg him to the side of the turret, but I'm not going to do that right now. Actually, you know what? That'd probably look better. Yeah, let's just peg him to the side of the turret. That's usually where I peg him for tank mode anyway. Ah. Well, it kind of makes his arm uneven. What do we use the other arm for? This mace. Much like Prime, he actually has a kind of G1, semi-G1 accurate melee weapon. A nice big mace. It's not a ball and chain like it was in G1, but it is a big purple energon mace. And you can just take the gun and peg it on top of the turret as well. There you go, just give him one big gun arm. Actually, I'm going to take these wings off. I don't want all that stuff on one arm. It seems a bit ridiculous. We're going to just leave him at his legs. Yeah, we're going to peg him to his lower legs, right above his wheels. There. That's better. Actually, how about we move those missiles? Let's move one of the missiles to his other arm. There. Now he's got one in his hand, and one in the center of his turret, and a bunch of guns. So yeah, both of them are really well armed. And it really bulks them out to rearrange their kibble and put the weapons on them. They are not... They are really dangerous looking with all this. Although Megatron kind of handles it better since he has a bunch of guns. So you can actually make use of them all at once, while Prime's kind of just like, I only have 2 hands, why do I have all these melee weapons? So yeah, that's the 2 in a nutshell. Do I recommend them? Absolutely. If you can get them for $20 or less, definitely go get them. They are actually superior to Thundercracker here. And they just have a ton of weapons that are just a ton of fun. Would I recommend getting other construct bots? Not particularly, since they all appear to be exactly the same. Oh, I have heard some will be triple change. I have seen some be triple changers, so I might change my mind. But for right now, these 2 probably be the last ones I'm going to get. But are they worth it? Definitely. For only $15, I think I got my money's worth. Anyway, I'm Casey Transformed. I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope you like these figures. And I hope you have a great weekend. Take care.